All right, so this is our step 1 high pH cleaning formula, codenamed HotLap. It allows you to replace pre-washes, tire cleaners, wheel cleaners, degreasers, APCs, foaming soaps and shampoos, as well as do some interior cleaning and stain removal all in one formula while it's still safe on surfaces because we're not using caustic ingredients. So today I want to specifically talk about how to use this in other ways outside of our wash process. So for specifically removing tire browning, cleaning windows or glass, and removing stains in the interior. With our dilution bottle, you're going to fill up to the estimate dilution line with HotLap, and then the rest with filtered water. You always want to use filtered water because tap water has minerals in it, which can get can precipitate or get bound up because of the chemicals in HotLap that are meant to do that. And for tires, we're going to start with a 10-to-1 dilution. This is a really concentrated dilution of HotLap because even though you use a 5-to-1 dilution in our foam cannon for washing, you're not running this through a pressure washer. So it's about the same strength, maybe even more this way actually. So when you spray it onto the tire directly, you're gonna see it pulling out the browning on the tire surface immediately. And then you're gonna scrub that with a brush and you're gonna wipe with a towel or you're gonna rinse. I like wiping with a towel because it allows you to remove any deeper film. Our tire coating new shoes is going to mask some of that browning, so you don't have to have them perfect. And antioxidants in tires are meant to protect them from fading in the sun. They are UV protectants, so it's not necessary to get them perfect before doing it, but personally I like to get them back to that factory black and then coat them so then you don't see browning come up as fast, and especially with our tire coating you're not going to see it come back as soon. And I recommend doing that tire cleaning before you clean the wheels, before your wash process, or even after, but definitely before you put new shoes or a tire coating dressing onto the tire. Now for glass, you're gonna do a really light dilution in our dilution bottle, 30-to-1 or lower even, because all you really have to do is dissolve remaining very light oils on the glass that can create kind of streaky, smudgy residues. And even if you need more cleaning power than that, it's usually not necessary because glass cleaning really comes down to the tool. This is the thing I want everyone to know. It's hardly anything to do with the cleaner itself. All the cleaner has to do is have the ability to dissolve films. But most cleaners, even if they're really good at dissolving films, are gonna leave behind some sort of residue. Even if they're a perfect glass cleaner, they're gonna leave behind something on the glass because picking up and removing the dissolved films is a whole nother step or requires another tool, and that is a glass towel. That is the trick or the key to perfect glass. What's up guys, I wanted to cut in and do a quick update on cleaning glass because we're releasing a glass towel. So normally what we'd have you do is this. Instead of using one wiper, because that's gonna leave some resin, you can see through the glass. And you can do that and it'll add some extra hydrophobicity on the glass, so water beading. If you level it correctly, it can be very even, but it's much easier just to clean the glass. And the trick with glass and why it's so difficult is you want nothing on it. So you want it clean and then you want everything removed, so almost polished afterwards in order to have perfect see-through glass without any light kind of warping or haloing or any kind of smudging or anything like that. So normally what we would do, we would take a glass cleaner or a 30-to-1 dilution of HotLap. You barely need any solution of HotLap in order to get that resin and residue or oil dissolving effect. And you're just gonna spray it all over your towel because you are trying to clean the glass and there's probably gonna be some hard water stains and stuff after the wash. And right now I'm just cleaning the glass with it. And then what you can do once you have cleaned everything off is you want to remove any residue and make sure that it's clear. So you can use a clean towel to get a pretty clear surface, but microfiber can drag. So what you really need for a really good, effective, clear glass solution is a glass cleaning towel. So our new glass cleaning towels are carbon fiber actually. 20% carbon fiber, and they're a very hard, slick, ribbed surface, and this allows you to polish off or clean the glass. And see how it glides across good glass like that? And I can just remove everything that was on there. It's best to work in overlapping even movements and then squares to get the corners. And that's the trick, is you need something to actually remove everything on the glass. And that's what this does. It picks stuff up without leaving it behind, and it's hard and slick because glass is very hard and needs to be sort of polished in order for everything to be removed. It's not going to scratch, and this is even going to, remove some light, watermarks and things that are really hard to remove once they're stained or etched in, because it is going to give it a nice light polish. So pick up a dilution bottle, HotLap, and carbon fiberglass towel if you want perfect glass. And even if you don't want our products, towels like this are necessary for perfect glass. Now you can use a heavy dilution of HotLap for many different jobs, degreasing and stuff. You can go up to 5-to-1 with a really crazy job. But I want to focus in on the other really, nuanced application of HotLap, which is stains in the interior. Now you could use anywhere from 10-to-1 to 20-to-1 for a stain in the interior. It really depends. And we're going to go over this more with our interior detailing video for inside job. But essentially you're going to use a solid dilution, 10-to-1 or 20-to-1 on, say, a cloth interior, so that you can remove stains. It's a simple spray, agitate, wipe, but then you're going to wash or remove any film from this product with inside job. And that's an important step we go into in that video. And here's another critical one, which is bug removal. Here's a ridiculously bugged front end that hasn't been washed in months. I pre-spray with a 10-to-1 dilution of HotLap, let that sit, pressure wash, and then do a contact with the foam of HotLap. And then that does an insanely good job, but then you also have step 2 to come in and just do any little bits of cleanup if that's necessary. And just to close this out with a common question we get, can you use this for bucket washing and hand washing? Of course, we recommend foaming the car with the product first with a foam cannon. But if you don't have that, you can use a couple squirts in a bucket of water and foam it up with the hose, and then do a classic hand wash. It's going to do a really good job of that, and it's going to decontaminate better than, say, like your typical foaming soap. But it is not a hyper lubricated formula in a bucket, so it's better to foam the paint first and then wipe from there. And we don't even use buckets and mitts here, we use towels for that. So always use the towel fold method instead of a bucket. There's no point in dragging the same side of the mitt over and over across the panels and using a bucket to hope that you rinse out everything, when you can just take a towel, especially like a more fluffy towel, but these are really great. And you're gonna have one side, you can get it wet first, you're gonna foam down, you're gonna wipe a panel down with one side, and then you're gonna flip it, and then wipe another panel down, and then you're gonna fold it, and then you're gonna do that again, and you have 8 total sides that have not touched paint to complete the entire car, completely scratch-free if you pre-wash properly. Of course, if there's anything under the foam, then that's a risk. But by doing this, you're making sure not to reintroduce any grit that you've picked up off the panel in order to do that. But honestly, step 2 does a phenomenal job at dissolving any leftover film, especially if you use HotLap as a pre-wash. So then you don't have to worry about any of this anyways. So I rarely ever do contact washing with step 1 unless it's like a deep decontamination or a post-winter wash where everything is cemented onto the panel and really impossible to move without like insanely harsh chemicals.